This is episode 3 of the Closing Table podcast. Today we have Anthony Passalacqua with us from the Integrated Athletic Initiative.
And Shooting School.
Me
and Anthony go back a long way, and I'm really excited that you came today. Just like every guest, I'm going to give you a quick introduction. Anthony Passalacqua graduated Wagner High School in 2004. He's a 1,000-point scorer, correct, on the basketball team. Very big accomplishment, especially in Staten Island basketball hoops, probably nationally, but I'm not really well informed. He went on to play Division I basketball at Wagner College. After a couple years, you then transferred to St. Stephen's College, right? In Jersey? In Hoboken. You led them to a Sweet 16 in Division III. Their first ever. Is it correct?
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Going back a ways now.
You know, that's an amazing accomplishment. 16 teams left in the country, and you were a driving force behind that. You went on to graduate, and you're an educator here on Staten Island as well. And started something that, you know, means a lot to me, too, because I am and had been in the same industry, just a different sport. He started the shooting school, which is really important because it helps take his knowledge that he learned his whole life and give back to the community as far as helping kids learn to shoot, dribble, be representative on the basketball court, whether all different skill levels, beginner, developmental. You got people going to play college basketball, girls and boys. And the newest endeavor is the Integrated Athletic Initiative, which seems amazing as well. So there's your introduction. Let's get this going.
You guys are the best. Thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you for having me. All of that stuff is true. We also have, in case you don't know, we also run Because We Can Sports.
Oh, amazing.
Which is another entity that we run we do beginner level sports instruction as well. And we could dive into that also. Yeah, awesome. We service the Board of Education. We're doing a lot of different things and going back a long way to my 1,000-point days. But I'm excited to be here with you guys, and I appreciate you guys having me on and known Frank for a really long time. So I'm really grateful.
Let me just, because you led into it, we said back to the 1,000-point days. And that was not even probably within 10 years of when I actually met you. So you're probably not expecting me to bring this up, but it's just something as a kid I remember very, very fondly. And I know I know what you're going to say. I know you know what I'm going to say. But this goes back to 1998, 10-year-old Great Hills All-Stars. Your brother was on my team. And this guy, the support he brought forward, insane. Freaking out in the stands every game.
Not my proudest moments, but I will say I was egged on.
Yes.
I was a young kid, and I was egged on by my mom.
Yep.
And she would tell me, "Oh, cheer for this one, cheer for that one." And I was well said.
You made
very,
it worth it.
very supportive.
Yes.
Of the team.
Yes, for sure.
Very supportive.
Staten Island Little League. It was a heartbreaking finish. I still can't drive by the Little League without thinking about it. Pretty insane because I'm a crazy person.
No,
I made the final out of the tournament, believe it or not. Never forget. Hit a line drive to short, and the kid caught it, which is Richie Carrillo, wound up being a teammate of mine in Farrell later in life. And then he stepped on second, doubled the guy out, ended the tournament, and I cried on home plate.
Yeah.
I believe that too.
Yeah.
No, it was they had an awesome team, and I was supportive, and I never looked back.
Listen, I just wanted to point out how far back it goes, right?
Yes.
So, awesome.
Do you believe that led to your sportsmanship now and your growth?
That has nothing to do. My brother, was on the baseball team with Frank, and I was a jokester, and my mom would make me scream out to every kid. I would make up nicknames for these guys and
Do you have a nickname?
Huh?
Do you have a nickname?
Everybody calls us Poss. Like me and my brother.
Okay.
I'm Poss, and then he's Little Poss, and my dad's Big Poss, and there's all these Poss.
Yep.
But that's...
Now you have a bunch of little Posses.
Now I got a bunch of little Posses.
Be careful how you say it.
Yeah.
So let's start with what you originated from out of college. The shooting school is what you originally started. Obviously, I don't want to ask about your inspiration behind doing it because it's pretty obvious. You wanted to be able to turn what you learned throughout your career into something that's going to help the kids of Staten Island and New Jersey and Brooklyn and wherever you reach, but also help you have a career that you love and you can turn it into some sort of profit, but also it's so rewarding because you really do see how these kids grow, not only athletically, but confidence-wise, the way they carry themselves. I mean, I'm talking from experience because I see that from what I did baseball. So just talk a little bit about the shooting school and how things took off from there.
Well, shooting school, my thing was when I came back from college, I was watching my sister's 5 years younger than me.
Right.
So she was still playing high school. And I just felt like, wouldn't it be great if I could teach some of these kids to shoot? Like that was my thing.
Right.
I loved shooting the basketball. It was therapy for me. I did it every single day, took tons of shots, and I knew how much I had put into studying shooting for myself. So I was like, wouldn't it be great if I could do this for the kids when I come back from school? And I literally altered my whole life to fit it in.
Right.
So what I mean by that is I went, like you had mentioned, I went to Wagner College, but then I went to Stevens in Hoboken.
Okay.
But then I went back to Wagner
Okay.
for my education degree, just so that I knew that if I could be a teacher in the Board of Ed, that would give me time, because kids were in school, so then I can still be able to train kids to play basketball, shoot, whatever. And it turned into much more than shooting over time. It was like, all right, well, we got to do ball handling, we got to do rebounding, we got to teach all these other things.
Right, there's so many different components.
But nonetheless, it was shooting school, and that's really how it all started. And then it just turned into, one client turned into, I'll never forget, I started in like September, and I was like, man, if I could just get 20 clients by December, I'd be sitting pretty, like I'm good. And I wound up being like January 5th, and I had 19.
Wow.
And the call came in. Number 20 was locked
Amazing.
in, and it was like, that was my thing.
It's such a good feeling.
Yeah, it was great.
What was I know there was so much behind it, and you do so much, and you have such a heavy involvement in the community, but what was your aha moment? Like, I'm going to do more, make more, be a bigger presence in the community. You were always busy in basketball, and you did it as a child and were involved in sports, but what was your I need to be involved in the community moment?
I can't say I had like it wasn't like one moment. Really, to be honest with you, the companies that I have been created based on requests from other people. So like I'm doing basketball instruction. I'm teaching kids to shoot. I've got 20 kids. And then all of a sudden, somebody says to me, could you do my son's birthday party? And I'm not going to say no.
Right.
So I'm like, of course I could do the birthday party. Are you kidding me? We do tons of birthday parties.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like,
but keep in mind, you're on camera, so.
Yeah.
No, so it's a lot of community needs. So there's a need, and you're able to provide it.
Right. And that actually leads into, like, I'll just skip really fast up to the initiative. So, like, I did shooting school, and then I'm providing all these different services, trying to figure out what else can I do with basketball. Then I wound up doing a service. A parent came up to me. The parent had a child with autism. And I was like, they wanted to do instruction. And I said, listen, I'm going to train your kid. I was a special ed certified teacher. I had my license. And I was like, I'm going to do it. But you have to do one-on-one instruction, because I got these other kids who are super serious about basketball. I can't hold them back, and I don't want your kid to get intimidated. Yeah. So I did that. And then I met my business partner, who was doing something similar at the time with a lot of special needs kids. So we linked up, and we were like, we have to do this beginner level thing.
Yeah, because it's so important to have that presence in the special needs community.
Yeah, and we enjoy it, So we're like, all right, we're going to do that. But then the initiative comes to life when we think we're doing everything we can do. Mm-hmm. We're like, all right, we're doing instruction for 9 sports, fitness, we're doing beginner level, we're doing elite basketball, we're doing all these different things. Right. We're good. Yeah. And then the parents are like, this is so great that you guys do this, but we don't have a place to play. Like our kids, you're training our kids to play basketball, but they have nowhere to play. Right. So me and Sal were like, all right, we got to start our own basketball league for special needs kids. And we just kept on doing all of these little requests that we would get. And then once you do them, that's when you try to figure out where do they align and the leagues that we run. So we now run a basketball league, a soccer league, track and field meets. We're doing a baseball league right now. All of these things, we didn't want to charge people. So we were like, these have to be part of a nonprofit. Yeah. So
how is it funded?
Privately right now, like we'll do like a golf outing. We'll do a golf outing. We do our night at Casa, which is what you saw pictures. Right. And we do we have people who are involved in the community that will give us money to run these events. So like DeSantis Foundation did such a great thing. They gave us, they basically funded our baseball league. We have Mac Electric, we have Titanium. So
you're
many
getting,
folks,
sponsorships,
so many folks in the
essentially.
community. Yeah, Nick's Lobster House, they sponsor
Coldwell
us.
Banker, which is nice. I don't want you to leave them off because you're on a podcast.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
There's so many,
but I'm saying I can see on the
It's so
website it's an
nice.
amazing
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
It's great.
So we get, the support from the community, and then we put all that money right back into these events, and it's been a blessing.
I, had an idea of what the integrated athletic initiative was. I know Catherine didn't at first. I didn't give her a chance to, and I knew it would be something she really was going to really like. Right? I'll let her talk about maybe why, but I didn't tell her that.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a great little surprise when you introduced it. So
it's really, really cool. So I work with a lot of children on the spectrum. It's a cause near and dear to my heart. So I think that what you're doing is fantastic because there is such a need for that middle ground where a lot of like finding a sense of where we belong, right? So I feel like in your program, you're creating a sense of belonging. And to me, that's just incredible. And wherever you're finding a sense of belonging and growth and passion, because with an autism diagnosis or any diagnosis, it doesn't, that doesn't mean I don't have an interest. That doesn't mean I don't, so finding a place of belonging where you can grow and learn and build and create relationships is fantastic. And you're doing that. And that's really, really special. So kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, the mission of the nonprofit is to bridge the gap between mainstream special needs and underserved youth and young adults.
Amazing.
So bringing there's so many different dynamics there where it's, we have special needs kids with other special needs kids. We have special needs kids, and then they have to participate with neurotypical kids. And then we have underserved kids. And it's just like, how can we figure out ways to let everybody know that there's a spot? It's a judgment-free zone where they can go to be happy, play sports, learn sports, and be a part of a team. Because we take that for granted, we were athletes at an elite level. So team for us was standard. Like my whole life was like,
you were always getting in. You knew you were coasting. Like you knew there was a place for you always.
Yep.
So when I got a little bit older and I started to realize, not everybody has that opportunity. We wanted to create a place where we can make kids have an opportunity that they otherwise wouldn't have.
Right, it's amazing.
Which is why for the nonprofit, you'll never see us do something that's like half speed. Yeah. It's always on a turf field. It's always on, they get the best uniforms. We are getting these kids trophies. It's like we go all out for it.
It's amazing. Events. It's an awesome an absolutely amazing idea, but also just an amazing job by you guys. Like, go at it full force because it's definitely something that's needed. I know Catherine runs a bunch of fundraisers as well for very similar causes, which is great. You do the dances and stuff like that. So pretty awesome stuff. It really is.
And just so you guys know, in September, so David Carr, a councilman, David Carr, and his chief of staff, Giuseppe Desario, they just funded, because you had asked about funding, they just funded a soccer and track event that we're going to be doing. It's like a 6-week, they do training, and then they're going to do some gameplay.
Very cool.
And we were blessed to be donated 100,000 square feet of land on Staten Island. Wow. It's right by Duo Plumbing.
Okay.
I could show you that later if you want to see it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And Charles Full just made a pledge for like $150,000.
Incredible. Wow. I went to school with
starting
Charles.
that process. We're trying to build out a facility that's within the same mission because it's needed on the island.
So it's so important. That's a great point. It's so important to work alongside like-minded individuals who share your passion, who share your vision, and can help build and bring different components to make a vision successful. So you have Charles Full, you have David Carr, you have all these people who are coming together to bring a vision to life. So that's amazing. Yeah. Charles is a nice man for sure. We went to high school together, and he's always been funny and very personable. And
he's a basketball guy.
Yeah, totally.
I'm sure everyone who does things that turn out to be successful has plans, goals, short term, long term. I'm sure you are no different than any other entrepreneur and person who's trying to build things. So would you mind sharing with us maybe like a 10-year goal for the Integrated Athletic Initiative?
10 years. Well, I do know. I'll go 5.
Okay.
I'll go 5.
Yeah, go 5.
I will say that for the Integrated Athletic Initiative, I do know that getting this building completed is the number one priority.
Okay.
And it's going to be a long process. There's a lot of approvals that have to go into it. There's a lot of planning. There's architecture. There's all these different agencies that are involved.
Yep.
And then there's actually building it. So in 5 years, I really hope that we could get that building up and running.
Like an anticipated sports center? Just help me understand.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's going to be a community center. It'll have, 2 basketball courts, 2 multi-purpose courts that you could play tennis on. You could also play basketball on, so it'd be 4 basketball courts. Cool. And then, a slab of turf, golf simulator area,
So cool.
parent sanctuary, because so many times that parents come and they drop their kids off or they feel that they want to stay with their kids.
Yeah.
And we're trying to create a space where they can, once their kid is with us, they should be able to relax and hang out and whether they want to socialize or if they want to go to just a quiet space, go on their phone, go on their computer, whatever it is. But we're trying to create that. That's really our number one goal for the next 5 years, in addition to constantly adding, different sports and leagues and things that, like we have a bowling league, people love the bowling league. It's a huge hit.
That's awesome.
What people want is kind of what we steer towards. And because we're working with these kids all the time, we get the feedback. Right. Like anybody, you get the feedback from the parents. Like, we need this.
I just got to say, New York City, you got to move quick, give the approvals, because there's zero reason why you wouldn't just approve everything and let it get going, right? Like, what could be the reason?
Right. Why would you want to hold this up?
We don't want a place for these children to do things.
We're not holding this up. Let's go. We're going to make this a 3-year plan.
Yeah, I wish it was that easy.
I know it's not, but we wish it was. I mean, I could never understand what the red tape would be that would hold something like that up. If you got the land donated and you got funding, just sign the paper.
We're close. We're
very good for you. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really cool. So you're definitely busy. You are in the middle of 100 things. You have a few little babies. What do you do on your off time?
To be honest, I really just I play with the kids. That's what I try to do. Play with kids. We go into the pool a lot. We take walks around the block. I'm really pretty laid back. We can't go on vacation. It's not permitted at this time because of the little baby, So it's been slow, but it's been slow
Sometimes
from a recreational standpoint in my personal life. Right. But ultimately, I'm so busy. It's like I'm at the office. I love my crew that I work with. Like our staff is unbelievable. All the people in the office are great. I'm constantly working with the trainers in the company because so for BWC and Shooting School, we do get contracted a lot to run sports services.
That's awesome.
So making sure that they're always at the top of their game is important. Making sure that all the business stuff, but then going home and just hanging out with the kids, making sure that
sometimes we need that pause button.
Dad.
Yeah.
All amazing stuff.
It's boring,
As a boring.
It's boring in the best way.
From a standpoint of like, I don't travel.
I hear you.
We're trying to get to Wildwood at some point before the summer ends, but that's really it.
For sure.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I really do. I mean,
quick hitter trips. I'm into the quick.
Like let's
beach.
Yes, for
Get
sure.
home.
Pool club.
Get
home.
Yeah,
I hear you.
So I do have one more question because I feel like there's a lot going on, and for somebody who doesn't understand all the different things, can you just give us a quick breakdown of the integrated athletic initiative.
I can do
Shoot
that
in school.
for sure.
And because we can. What are the difference of the three?
So shoot in school, it's a good question because we have this a lot. It's like people don't understand. And to be honest with you, some people will be watching this and be like, I didn't know
So
that he
much
was
going on.
involved
Right.
with this. Right. So shoot in school was like my passion. That's where it all started. Training kids to play basketball. The mission is to take players' games to the next level. So if you're preparing to play on an AAU team, which is a travel team in basketball, if you want to go from the B division to the A division, if you want to be from the A division to, your top tier of getting off the bench and being a top player, getting ready for high school, that's Shooting School's mission. Okay. Just basketball, heavy basketball, high-level basketball to get your game to the next level. Okay. Because Weekend Sports is beginner-level instruction in a judgment-free environment. We service all kids, all abilities. We do basketball, track and field, soccer, football, baseball, softball, fitness, and bowling.
Love that. Okay.
And then the initiative is what bridges all of those gaps. So any sports leagues or free events that we run those through the initiative so that we can, when people have requests or whatever, mostly right now it's the leagues. We do a toy drive. We do like a bunch of little things on the side. But
so they all go hand in hand.
ties together. And then obviously Jump Shots is a basketball facility here in Tottenville.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where you run Shooting School out of for the most
Sometimes.
part. Okay. And you go,
Shooting School runs all over the island in different gyms just because we have the Staten Island community from the beginning.
For sure.
We definitely spoiled them by being next door all the time.
Right.
We're always on. We're in the north people
like,
come. The south people come. The mid-island people come.
For sure.
So we try to accommodate the whole island.
Actually, I do remember that you were doing something on the north and the south shore.
Do it all the time.
Which is really good because, for sake of traveling.
People need that convenience now. I mean, listen, we're in New York City. The place is saturated. There are so many people trying to do, baseball instruction, basketball instruction, soccer instruction. There's so much. So really sometimes convenience comes into play when you're servicing people.
Yep.
And
right. 100%.
we try to be as convenient as we can. Yeah.
We know nothing about that.
It's just very impressive being somebody who 13 years ago was very heavily, not 13 years ago, just as early as 4 years ago, being very involved in a very similar, I guess, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to say career, but, the same type of thing, doing private baseball lessons. It's very impressive to see how you were able to turn it into like almost a full life worth of like
your lifelong career, for sure.
That you're going to just keep expanding and getting better and offering more and more because I'd be lying if I said, at times I was so busy. 7 days a week. From school end till 9 p.m., weekends 8 till 4, every day, not a half hour off from the time I was 23 to the time I was 28 years old, nonstop. Always trying to figure out how can we take this to a place that's more like sustainable, right? And I'm just so impressed at how you guys were able to turn that into multiple businesses, people working for you, giving back with the same quality as if you were just doing it yourself. It's a very impressive.
And you're an educator.
On
top of it all.
So
it's
a very impressive accomplishment.
I will say we had the moment where in 2017, when I had just gotten married, or maybe right before I got married, I was like, my wife was starting to complain.
Yeah.
Because I was going to school.
It's hard.
And then I'd go from school, go home, get changed, go do my lessons, and we would train. So back in the day, we would go from 4 to 6 on the north, and then shoot over the whole step, fly over to the south for 6:30 to 9:30, and I get home at like 10 o'clock.
And then you're exhausted.
And my wife's like, we don't even see each other. And I'm like, we do see each other. We see each other for like 30 minutes to an hour. Right. That's good,
great.
right?
Strong relationships.
No good.
No good.
We get a pass on that.
I got to say, that's funny because, like I said, I have the same experience, but a different time in life. So I met my wife when I was at my most busy with lessons as like just a girlfriend. So
that was standard. It was already built in.
Right, but it was we went out to dinner every single night. So I do all my lessons, go home, change, different restaurant. She loved it. Unfortunately, it's a for any of you guys out there that are a little younger, it's a very bad standard to set because it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
I don't belong in this room.
And wait, my wife is amazing, and she doesn't expect it, but it's very difficult to keep up with that type of
I agree.
lifestyle.
So at that point, I was like, something has to give. And I was fortunate enough to, my wife's a nurse, so I said, listen, let's maybe go all in on the shooting school side of things, because I could, teaching is something I felt like I could always go back to if I wanted to. So I went all in on the shooting school thing, and just like, having that additional time, just good things kept on happening.
No, good things happen to good people.
We wound up doing a service for DYCD, which is our Saturday Night Lights program. Every Saturday, we're in Mariners Harbor, and we do a basketball clinic for those kids in that community for free for the kids. And that's all because we got that contract. But none of that happens if I don't quit my teaching job. Right. It's like, and just keeps on going. It's like, I all I'm saying is the theory of going all in on something, I happen to be a proponent of, like a result of that. Like, I thought that teaching was good for me. And then when I dropped it, and I was able to put all my time into the company, it really did work out. I know it doesn't work for everybody, but it worked out for me, and it was really...
What's one piece of advice you'd give someone just starting out? I feel like this is a perfect time to ask. Someone's just starting out, they're on the edge. What's one piece of advice that you'd give them?
I would say that to make sure that the reason that you're doing what you're doing is not just money. Because... like I see, like we're probably the result, like what we do has probably resulted in more training companies. Right? When I started in 2010, there was like 3 of us that were training kids to play basketball for whatever. I'd say now there's like 20. And they're all over the place. It's easy to just look at what we do and say, oh, look at this. They're doing that and they're doing this. I could be making all that. But guess what? At the end of the day, there's like so many things that go on behind the scenes. Like the training is the easy part. It's all the rest of the admin and dealing with the families and the parents and making sure that all the personalities are covered and things that you don't think about. Insurances and renting gyms, and there's so many moving pieces that I have past. I can't just do anything for the money. I think that's a bad thing.
Don't give up too much of your secrets, because like obviously the stuff you're talking about now
I'm going to leave here and start
is what separates you from other gyms. Because I know for a fact that not every place that is trying to do lessons, one, comes from the right. It's not talking about anybody, but it's literally, I'm starting a business. I know I can make a lot of money from this, and that's like the sole focus, which you can't blame people, because people are, especially athletes, you don't know what else you're good at in this world. You could relate a little bit. I had that trouble when I was done playing baseball. I did one sole thing my entire life from when I was little. Well, to baseball, football. That's it. Tried to play basketball once. They caught me at St. Charles. That was it.
He's holding a grudge.
Actually, they didn't cut me. I didn't cut me. They put me on the B team.
Yeah, no, you were
and
cut.
I just wasn't interested in playing on the B team.
Cut.
So, and I was not very good. And never learned how to shoot, so I might have to take you up on learning the proper form, because, I get
if you have any room for
Frank, get back in shape. I get back in shape. Learn how to shoot might be a great way for me to get back in shape. Although when you don't know how to shoot, you get in shape better because you have to run after the ball over and over again. You know what I mean? Because when you get it in, it's like 2 bounces back. So long rebounds, you get in better shape.
But Frank, we can relate to this in our business too, and
Absolutely.
this is across the board. Right? When you when you see something is successful and somebody has written the blueprint, you say, "Wow, I can do this." So in real estate, we see people that are super successful or positive and keep it moving, and you're like, "Wow, I can totally do this."
Because
then you're in it and you're
can't
like,
figure out how that person can.
Wow, this takes a little bit more work than I thought it was going to be. So that is across the board. So it's a lesson that you learn when you jump in and realize it's not so easy. It takes a little bit of work.
And it seems like a theme, because Catherine was in education. Our last guest, Amanda, was a teacher who stopped to do her full-time photography business. Now you did the same thing, jumped full speed ahead with your business outside of the Board of Education. So it's
go after your dreams.
It's not on purpose, people. We're not getting guests that do this. It just so happens that it's just how it works out. I mean, it's just I don't know what the tie-in is, but I guess maybe it's you have a passion and you see that I can get up at the same time every day, go do the same thing every single day. I could kind of like it, but there are parts I don't like about it. And you find something that you absolutely love and you're like, hey, I could do this. Let's go. And that's the whole point of being an entrepreneur, is that you have the ability to do that, because there's the mind that isn't entrepreneurial that will never be able to get themselves to say, you know what, I'm jumping in and I'm doing it. It's just the reality, right? There's just people who can't do it.
I agree with that. Because there's no, I've noticed over time, like you're saying, and I know you're 50-50 joking and not, but at the same time, like, not everybody wants to do what we do. I mean, there's a lot of time and stress and effort that goes into it. And I know that there are people out there that are like, nah, no. I just want to work.
Yeah, let me go to work. And I'll come home after 8 hours and get my paycheck and move. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
And
that's
I
perfect.
didn't understand that in the beginning.
Right.
Because I was trying to get everybody on my staff to be like me.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, let's
What's
go.
going on?
Yeah, Why aren't you trying to work from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
You start to learn, and it's just...
everybody's different. Everybody brings something else valuable to the table.
Nobody on my staff now, because the guys on my staff now are like younger versions of me. They're fantastic. They're like,
He scoped them out.
Really great
guys.
You can work through and get the right people that are working for you.
Yeah.
It's funny, quick story. So my grandfather, who now passed away, I don't know, you probably came across him at some point in games, whatever, but...
Not recently.
No, well, he passed away more than recently, so I haven't seen recently.
It was a joke.
But, no, I know. So he used to be one of the guys, I don't know if you used to go to Staten Island Mall and just see the old men sitting in the food section.
Food court.
You ever see those guys sitting there?
Yeah.
It's like a very sad thing, but funny as well, because like every time one would die, like the chair would be empty for 2 days and they'd find a new guy to fill it.
Oh my gosh, Frank. That's what I'm going to do with you.
I hope they watch it. So every time I go, I go visit them. And I had just got done playing baseball and I was doing my baseball stuff. And every guy there was trying to offer me jobs that were going to give me a pension. Go work in the street and get a pension. And pensions are great. And they are perfect for certain people. And there's nothing wrong with it. So there is a whole section of the world that needs to make sure that that's where they're set up. I go to work for 8 hours a day. I work for 25 years. And then I get my pension. And it's amazing. And I know people close to me who do it. And they have a great life. Right? I don't know when they were working, if their life, I don't know. But I don't know them when they were working. But at the end, it's amazing. Of working when you retire. But I just remember getting like infuriated every time I'd go see these old men, and every single one of them had an opinion about, of course my grandfather was telling them, oh, my grandson, he's teaching baseball, but he doesn't have a pension. So every time I would go, they would say, every guy would be like, hey, I got a cousin who's got a cousin who works for the DOT. I can get you in. And I used to be like, okay, let me know. Call me. Let me know. My salary is $150,000 a year, and we're good. That's where I want to start. And every time that's what happened. But it just what you're saying kind of like reminds me of them doing that, because it was never.
It reminds him that he doesn't have a pension.
That true. Investments on my own self created.
I'm
pensions,
not doubting.
All right.
So I'll give you a quick story. Is when I was when I quit teaching, I was 6 years in. So many of the people that cared for me in the building,
like, what are you doing?
Because 7 years,
right?
You can take a sabbatical.
Okay, yeah.
No, 3 years you get tenured.
Right.
The vested thing is like 10 years.
10 years, right.
But after 7 years of working, you could take a sabbatical.
Right.
But the thing is, I just felt like for me, I needed to burn the ships. I had to cut the cord. I wasn't going to wait an extra year to do what I felt like my opportunity was now, just so that I could wait to do it in a year, because then you have a full year to change your mind.
Right.
Like, I was in a place where I was like, I'm good.
Yeah,
that's it.
Let's
and
roll.
And I did it. And it was the best
And that's the exact
Good for
thought
you.
process that I'm saying, that only a certain percentage of people on this world.
That's why I meant. Because you're saying about the pension.
Yeah. Only a certain amount of people can do that.
Some people are going to do it.
Yeah.
And
now, listen, it doesn't always work.
Well, you're so inspiring. And that's why we wanted you here today. So we're so happy that you joined us today. Thank you so much. Very, very exciting journey. You have so many things going on. We wish you tremendous amount of luck.
But you're not done yet.
We're not done just yet. We're going to hit the closing table and rapid fire. So we do have a couple of quick questions for you.
Yeah, you are now at the closing table, by the way.
You're now at the closing table, and you're
Nervous.
going to just, first thing that comes to mind, quick, right?
All right.
Rapid fire, okay?
Here we go.
So first thing, name an onomatopoeia, quick.
Jumbo, onomatopoeia?
Yeah, give me an onomatopoeia, quick.
Pizza party.
That's good. Next question. Go. I don't know what it is.
Onomatopoeia the sound.
Okay, I don't know.
right.
It is?
Do you? Yeah, like bam.
Oh, what was that? What did I do?
I don't know.
Huh?
Alliteration.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
wow, Nick.
Why do you know that?
Why?
I should have known.
He
Why
dropped
don't
that.
you
He
know
was
that?
teaching too, and he stopped teaching.
I should. I knew I was wrong when I
That's
saw your
so
face.
Doesn't matter. It's what the whole point is. Go.
Now I'm
But you know
embarrassed.
what?
No, I said I don't know what an onomatopoeia is, and I don't know what she's asking you about it. But go.
You know what? Pizza party
old
is right. Who doesn't want a pizza party?
Yeah, good.
Good for you. Good for you.
That was hard.
That's
Do
to get it wrong was
you
hard.
know how to yodel?
I don't know how to yodel.
You don't know how to yodel.
Catherine
I'll
does.
take
Let
your
me
word
hear
for
it.
it.
Like yodel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Excellent.
does
my
it in
best.
And then
some
what
Don't
is
expect more than
what's
that.
your favorite quote?
All right, this is my quote. You ready?
Yeah, let's
This
hear
is this is my email signature. This is how I teach shooting. It says you could practice shooting 8 hours a day, but if your technique is wrong, then all you become is very good at shooting the wrong way. Get the fundamentals down, and the level of everything you do will rise.
Wow. You know what? I think I read that once
Michael
on your
Jordan.
thing. I love it.
That's how I trained kids for 13 years, like doing slow, steady instruction that builds a good foundation. And then, to be honest, I watch kids go to. we messed up this closing table thing.
That's okay.
And it's good. I mean, we're
It's a rapid
what else
fire.
is
It's
new?
not rapid fire.
But-
But I did.
This is a slow burning fire.
Yeah.
the pallets. It's okay.
That's how I was like, I fought through, made sure that I got the fundamentals, and then I'd watch other, some kids, they go to multiple trainers. You know that, right?
Yeah.
But I always took pride in the fact that they can do all the stuff because we built that strong
Right.
foundation.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's great. No, it's like
Good
the
job.
quote perfect. It's like the quote practice makes perfect. But that's not true. Perfect practice makes perfect. All right. So I was gonna ask the question that I knew the answer to, but he kind of just said it. But I'm
Not
gonna
an
say who's your
onomatopoeia.
favorite athlete of all time.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Oh, Michael
I knew
Jordan.
the answer.
Okay, cool.
Then I was gonna say this is gonna be a hard one. So if you don't want to answer, don't answer it. Who's the most talented player you ever trained?
Talented?
Mhm.
I think I
could
could
say it.
I think I could answer
Come
this. Talented would have to probably be well, I trained a bunch. I did a couple of NBA combines. So it was like a couple guys there, like Kobe Simmons was at one of them. He was very good. But the one guy that I trained was Baden Jackson. His name is actually it's Baden Jackson now. He used to go by Dexter Strickland. He played at University of Carolina.
Okay.
He was a McDonald's All-American. He was just unbelievable athlete to work with, just incredible. And again, it's like another one of those situations where you talked about like-minded people, like the mental strength of those high elite athletes is just insane.
Amazing.
What type of shampoo do you use?
He uses
Suave.
good gel.
No, Suave with the menthol.
Okay.
Oh,
Insane.
your head is burning.
Nice.
Insane.
Suave with the
Wow.
menthol.
It wakes
I
you
like
up.
it. All right.
Wake you up in the morning.
Wow.
The best.
Is your
All
head
right.
still burning?
Not now.
Wow.
No.
Too much gel and hairspray in there. Right
There you
now.
go. Well, Anthony,
No flammable objects in this room.
congratulations. You are officially closed. We really thank you for your time.
Thank you for joining us
Thank you,
today.
guys. Thank you for having us. This was a
Awesome.
ton of fun. I appreciate
Thank you very
it.
much.
All right. Thanks, man. It was
Thank
great.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Onomatopoeia. I'm good at that.
Where did that bullshit come from?